What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
My ex-fiance ghosted me a couple of weeks before our wedding. Listen, you're gonna wanna buckle up. You're gonna wanna pay lots of attention on this one. The story gets kind of crazy. Viral video circulating all over the internet. No more wasting time. Let's get it. All right, guys, so here we go. This is one of those videos where there's no talking and there's just text. And they will be talking later, so make sure you stay tuned for that. The actual woman talks, yes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read this as the video plays. So the first clip says, imagine your dream proposal. Mom doesn't know, and it shows her holding up her hand there, showing the ring. They're at a restaurant. I'm assuming that he proposed in front of a lot of people, looks like, because they're at a restaurant, right? Let's keep watching. Okay, so let's read that last post. It says, your boyfriend calls and says, I'm flying you to Dubai. All right, so this guy obviously has, some money to fly chicks out to Dubai. It says, you stay in a gorgeous hotel, 5 Palm Jumeirah. And so this is in Dubai. I'm going to search to see how much you think this hotel costs. We're trying to figure out what this man's working with. Okay, so about $500. Maybe even more a night for that hotel, somewhere around there, right? So it's not a cheap spot at all. Let's keep watching. Okay, so here's she actually has him blurred out, and it says, your boyfriend takes you to the best restaurant. All right. And guys, I see the watch right there. I'm not much of a watch guy. I've thought about getting into watches, so I'm assuming people can probably see this watch and know if it's like a high-end expensive watch or not. And best restaurant in Dubai, pricey. All right, let's keep watching. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. You and I drink the poison. All right, the next clip says he loves all up on you. There they are, hugging. And she's got his face blurred out there, obviously to protect his identity. What do you guys think of that? Poison from the same vibe. The next clip is captioned, you party. It shows them in the club. They're partying. Let's keep watching. And the next caption says, love on each other. Okay. Spend quality time. From the daylight, running from the daylight, chill by the poolside. Daylight, running from the daylight. Oh. Have a desert date with a show. He takes you ring shopping. So I'm assuming this is where he was proposing. That's good coffee. That's good coffee. And he proposes. And she's, the laughing smiley emoji. He went all out, bro. Look at that. The I love you sign. I mean, mom doesn't know, the one that she has. And you feel on top of the world. And then the last clip reads, all that to ghost you weeks before your wedding. All right. Listen, why am I laughing? Because this shit is crazy. What type of a man would do something like this? Go this hard, only to back out at the last minute. I mean, that's thousands and thousands of dollars that he spent. All right, guys, so crazy story. We're going to check out some of these comments real quick, but the story's not done yet, guys. We need some clarity. We need to clear some things up. And speaking of clearing things up, it's time for me to introduce the sponsor of today's video, Tiege Henley. As some of you guys may know, I've been talking about Tiege Henley for about a year now, and the question is probably why. Well, because guys, I'm not somebody who's easily swayed or convinced on anything. I had to try it for myself, and once I did, I decided I was going to promote it to you over and over again until you get it, man. This stuff works. As men, we've got so much to worry about. The last thing you should be worrying about is your skin. They make it so easy for you. Like I've always said, Tiege Henley makes skincare uncomplicated. 1, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section. 2, use the instructional card. It would tell you every step from beginning to end, nice and simple. And 3, enjoy better skin. And you get a free gift. What are you waiting for? Hit that link pinned to the top of the comment section. It's easy to just focus on the money and trying to hit the gym, improve yourself, but the simple stuff, man, the simple stuff, the easy stuff are usually the things that men overlook. Don't miss out. This is that coffee you want to drink. Drink the coffee, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section. Get your first box of T-Challenge today. All right, guys, welcome back. We're gonna check out some of these comments. First comment here responds to that woman sharing the story of the man who ghosted her a couple of weeks after or before the wedding. First comment here says, we need a story time, how he ghosted you. Thanks for sharing your story. Brave lady, you're gonna find your person. And so did she share her story? Yes, she did. Here, and I'm gonna play it for you guys. A few more comments here. This next commenter, woman says, disgrace him and his truth will come out on TikTok. Let's read a few more comments. Another commenter here says, sister, he's saving you from so much pain and heartbreak. Another comment here says, I would have rather been ghosted beforehand. I was ghosted a week after saying I do. Mercy. I never been more embarrassed in my life. Oof. Yeah. Hey, I think that's definitely worse. What's worse? What do you guys think? I think this is worse. Because not only did she go through the same thing as far as getting ghosted around wedding time, but she had an audience at the wedding who was wishing her luck, buying her gifts, getting ghosted a week after. Oh man, yeah, all I can do is laugh. When it gets so bad, guys, that's my reaction to life in general. Here's another comment from another woman that says, the grass ain't greener, sister. You are the prize. Never forget that. Well, how do you know she's the prize? Because they live in woman world where as long as you're a woman, you are the prize. And the creator responded back and says, always, thank you. Here's another comment that says, you better than me hiding his face. Save the next fiance, sis, with the exclamation mark. What do you guys think of that? Would you have hit his face? To the few women who drink coffee in this universe. Another comment here says, don't take him back when he comes because he'll be back around trust. And she responded, says, definitely not taking him back. We haven't spoken since the incident. Uh-oh. Okay. Another comment here says, girl, are you sure he's alive? What if something happened to him and he didn't actually ghost you? That's a good question. Here's another person that says, no, that is beyond evil. So sorry, baby. Another comment says, God have bigger plans for you. Love you. Another comment. Another woman here says, I remember reading your story while I was planning my wedding. I was mad at my husband for not getting the proposal I dreamed of, but then your story gives me comfort to know that it's not all about the proposal. There you go, right? You have women who have these perfect scenarios in their head of how they want you to propose, dream wedding. And at the end of the day, you realize, well, I could get all the dream stuff, right? The wedding, the proposal. But what if it doesn't work out? What if you're in this situation? Would you rather just not have as an extravagant wedding, but have a quality relationship instead? Let's keep reading more comments here. Another person here says, do you know if he had an accident or something? Is he alive or does he have a double life? I'm so sorry you had to go through this. Another gentleman here says, sorry this happened. Better things are in your future. You should show his face as a warning to others. Another commenter here says, did you ever hear from him again? So all that will be answered here right now on the Coffee Pod with this video where she responds explaining the whole situation and the aftermath. It all started with this comment from a user that says, we need a story time, how he ghosted you. Thanks for sharing your story, brave lady. You're gonna find your person. Let's listen to what she had to say. Let's get it.
Story time of how my ex-fiance ghosted me a couple weeks before our wedding. So long story short to this, my ex-fiance had gone back home for work. And as I'm here planning things out, making sure everything is in order for us to go and get married, we're on the phone every single day talking about how much we love each other. We're talking about how our life is going to be. We're talking about how we've overcome so much in this relationship, how we've made it to the other side. Now, me and my ex-fiance did not live together. And when him and I first started dating, he would always ask me, do you want me to come home to you every day? Like every time he would ask me that question, I would get chills and I would just be like, of course I want you to come home to me every day. And he would always have the biggest smile on his face. The day before he actually goes, we're on the phone and we're talking about how much we love each other once again and how we can't wait to be married. He's telling me how he can't wait to make me his wife. He asked me that question again. He did it more so like with longing in his eyes. I can't explain it. I look at him and I'm like, of course I can't wait to marry you. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
this is someone who I'm like, I am the luckiest girl. I have met someone that truly cherishes me. I have met someone that cares about me. He provides for me. He does what he says he's going to do. He's consistent. Sure, we've had some hiccups, what couples don't. After, I tell him how, of course, I'm excited. He has, again, the biggest smile on his face, and he looks at me. He's like, you're such an amazing woman, and I cannot wait for you to be my wife. I remember we get off the phone. He's like, okay, babe, I'm going to call you later. We'll talk. So the next day, I hadn't heard from him. Day goes by. I call him. I can't reach him, but I'm really not freaking out here. And then the next day comes, and then the day after that comes, and a week goes by. And please don't think I didn't do my due diligence in trying to reach him and call other people, because I definitely did. But after that, all of my frantic searching to no avail, and that's pretty much the story of how my ex-fiance ghosted me.
All right, there you guys go. What do you guys think of that, right? What do you guys think of that story that was shared? Now, there's a shocking third video where she reveals it all. Let's check out these comments real quick and see what people had to say about what she just said. First comment here says, show his face. They want the man exposed. Can you blame him? She goes on to say his wife will come out and you will understand why he did that. So they're like, show his face, reveal him to the audience. And this woman's assuming that she has a wife. Does he? I don't know. We'll see. Somebody else responded here and says, stories like this never seem to want to expose people. And somebody else here says, his face covered in the first video. Why? Why spare him? All right, they want this man's head. Another comment here says, exactly, with the laughing emojis, I can't sympathize with someone who gets hurt, but still covers up for the person who hurt them. What do you guys think? Another comment here says, honestly, I would hire a private investigator. I mean, really? Is it worth that? Another comment here says, you dodged a bullet, queen. I agree with that. Right? If someone's willing to go to that extent, you definitely dodged a bullet. And it goes on to say, you could have gotten married, then he ghosted you and your 7-month-old baby. Is a baby involved? Was it his kid? It's getting crazy. Assuming the guy didn't die or something like that, right? There's another comment from another woman that says, I got ghosted, but I later found out he died in a motorcycle accident. I was heartbroken. Here is a possibility that maybe a lot of people haven't thought of. Another comment says, your face shows how much you really loved him. I am sorry he ghosted you. Another person here added, double life. He's married. Is he? All right, guys. So at this point, people were frustrated and they were wanting to know what happened. They weren't happy with the details that were left out of this situation, seeing as how this video is growing in popularity and going viral. And she finally revealed this. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
So there are some things that I want to clarify for you all. When this situation happened, it happened back in 2021. And when it happened, I exerted so much energy in trying to find this man. When one of his family members finally got back to me, all the message said was, he's going through a lot right now. Like, that was it. He's going through a lot right now. That's the only answer I got. Now, of course, I was not even close to being okay with this answer. I wanted more answers and they would not give them to me. And I remember when I read that message, it felt like I couldn't breathe. I remember I was with a friend of mine and she was like, yo, are you okay? And I remember I just started shaking. I actually ended up in the hospital. The lengths I went to trying to find this man, like the energy I extended, it was just way too much. Besides landing in the hospital, I started losing so much of my hair. And on top of that, I have fibromyalgia. And if you know anything about fibromyalgia, you know the havoc it can wreak on the body, and the havoc it wreaked on mine, it wasn't good at all. But I will tell you guys this. I want to say if it wasn't a whole year, it was close to a year when I had met someone. And I really feel this is a universe kind of thing, because always in the back of my mind, I was like, why did this happen to me? Like, why did he do this to me? Why not have a conversation with me? Like, am I not worthy enough? Like, I was questioning so much about myself. In this time frame, I had done a lot of healing work. So with each day, I was getting better and better. But when I met this person, they had shown me somebody else's social media, and it wasn't ex-fiance, it wasn't a woman's page, it was a guy's page. I don't remember who, but I know for a fact it wasn't either of those. But he's showing me this, and guess what I see in the stories? I see my ex-fiance out and about, living his life, doing just fine. I also see him with another woman whom I can only assume is a wife or a girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And I also see him holding a little girl's hand, which I can also only assume was his daughter. Now, when him and I first met, of course, we had that conversation. Do you have kids? Both of our answers were no.
Lied.
And when I saw this, I was completely devastated. Like, it wasn't okay. And of course, I was like, so this is why. This is why you ghosted me. This is why we had to keep pushing our wedding date back. Like, everything is making so much sense now. And I will say this, thankfully, time had passed. I had done a lot of healing work. Like, if I had seen that in the very beginning of my healing, I would have been even more of a wreck.
Right.
But I was able to process what I saw in a way better manner. I'm saying all of this to say I am resharing my story and I'm sharing my healing journey, because when I first shared my story, I did not go into my healing journey because honestly, I was very embarrassed. The reason I thought it was important to share my healing journey is because I didn't go into it. And even when people saw my story last year, so many people still message me, DM me to this day asking, hey, I saw your story. How did you heal? So that's why I thought it was important to reshare my story so that I can start sharing with you guys my healing journey. And moving forward, that is what I will be focusing on, is my healing journey.
Wow. Here's what's going through my mind, man. When I hear this story, the one question I have is, are you sure that wasn't Derek Jackson? Nah, trying to lighten the situation here. Yo, this is a crazy, crazy story. Open discussion, guys. Comment down below. I'll give my quick conclusion to this whole thing. I'll talk about everybody involved. This woman and other women like her, that's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. And this stuff does happen, right? This stuff does happen and it's unfortunate. She has to go through something like this. No one deserves this. And I would also say, you know, there's a lot that's kind of left out of the story. And I'm curious to know, like, were there red flags? I'm not trying to blame this chick because this is just, you know, this is terrible. But were there red flags? And if so, I wish she could go into detail about that, right? Were there any red flags? That's what I would ask. But overall, it's unfortunate, right? Nobody deserves to be deceived to this level. Now, that man, that's pure evil, right? To assuming that he knew all along he was never going to lock this chick down, took her out to Dubai, did the whole extravagant proposal thing in the back of his mind, thinking, I'm going to leave this woman. That's evil, man, right? That's crazy. And men like that should be avoided. Now, for the wife involved, you know, think of his family and his wife. Here's what's interesting is that, like, it's videos like this where women will say, see, this is why you should never forgive a man for cheating. Because the last video I made, I'm going somewhere with this. The last video I made where I talked about all these men who have worked through infidelity with their wives, and Keke Palmer saying, I would work through infidelity with my wife depending on certain things, right? Women are upset at other women like Beyonce, you know, Adam Levine's wife, Keke Palmer. They're upset at women who are willing to work through infidelity, and they'll use these extreme situations as examples. Listen, this is not what I would look at as a situation where a woman should stay with that man, right? I'm talking about the wife now. This is one of those, again, like Derek Jackson situations of just bold lies. If he's willing to go this far and propose, right? This is just craziness. And I think most women, even like Keke Palmer in the last video, who are like, yeah, I'm willing to work through infidelity. She's not talking about men like this. And I would hope that other women aren't willing to stay in a situation where a man would literally lie to another woman and promise to marry her, all just to ghost her, and all along knowing what he's doing, right? Guys, listen, comment down below. I appreciate y'all for checking yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.